today I had a really big fight with my dad, and he told me he did not want to see me, and that's totally fine because I don't want to see him. Let me just tell you guys the story of 2 years ago. When I told my dad I wanted to quit school, he told me we had to sign a contract saying that me as a person, if I don't succeed in 2 years in the things that I want to be, I would go back to school. I told my dad I want to be a dancer, I want to be a rapper, I want to make songs, and I thought back then I was stupid. I thought that in 2 years I can achieve my dream. After more than a year, he received a ticket, something he has to pay. This is how it is. His work pays for my school. And since he still received money, but I was not in school, you know, because I quit school. So he had to pay this 5,000 euro ticket. He blamed it all on me because I quit school. But you know what? Here in Holland, after you're 18 years old, you're allowed to quit school whatever you want. You know, I mean, it's your own choice. And his excuse for the ticket is, but if you would not quit school, I would not have to pay this ticket. Which is stupid because he's blaming it on me. So the only reason that he doesn't have to pay a lot of money, I mean, he still has to pay 5,000 euros, but I mean, so that it doesn't go more up, I was supposed to go to school. So I did this 3 months of courses, which I'm still in. That's what I told you in the beginning of the vlogs. I did a motivational speech thing, you know. I did the courses so that he doesn't have to pay more money than he already needs to pay. I could have choose not to go to school because I told him the contract is 2 years, but hey, I love my dad and I don't want him to pay a lot of money, so I did go to school and I actually did study and read the book. So he is not already following the contract that we did together. So back to the story, what happened today. So that was 2 years ago, right? Or 1 year ago. Okay, so today I received an email like, hey, listen up, you know, I'm gonna pay your thing that you're doing, your courses thing. And he told me, hey, listen up, I had to pay 500 euros for my books, you know, but not for the courses, but for the international business and management studies that I've done before I quit school, you know. He had to pay 500 euros for that, and he told me, and then I have to pay the ticket for 4,500 euro, 5,000 euros, and now I have to pay 150 euro for your courses. It's too much money for somebody that does nothing. So I sent him an email back like, dude, listen up. I mean, if you want to blame me for that, for the ticket for 5,000 euro, that's fine. But just remember, it's not my fault. Me as a person, I have the rights to quit school or stop school whenever I want. And you are so unorganized to not know that you have to do something when your son is not in school. And then shit got messed up. And then he sent me an email back like, I gave you a few months so you can be a rapper, but instead you have watched 3,000 movies and series and you're doing nothing in your life. And if I want you to go to school, you're going to school. I'm gonna throw your MacBook out of the window, and if you behave like this, I'm gonna throw you out of the window. First of all, if he told me this 4 years ago, I would totally understand. But how can you tell somebody that is 22 years old, that is mature enough to do things in life, you know? I'm immature, I'm 21 years old, you know? I'm probably more mature than he ever was when he was my age. How can you tell somebody, no, you're going to school because I'm the boss, I'm your dad? Let me tell you something, a parent can give you advice. This is for all the parents. You can give the best advice to your kid. You can tell your kid, hey, listen up. If you do this, it might be much better. If you do this, you're gonna get in problems. You can do that, but you cannot say yes or no to something that is a future thing of your own son or daughter. It's my future. It's not my dad's future. It's not my mom's future. Not my teacher. Not nobody. It's not Django's or Paco's future. It's my future. How can you tell me how to behave to have a good future? I mean, are you happy? You're fucking divorced. Are you happy? You're seeing your son once in a few days. Are you happy? Well, I guess you're not happy, but I want to be happy. I want to do stuff in life that I think it's important. You know, the only thing what drives me crazy that I want to have money is just to start a family. That's the only thing. My ultimate dream is not being a millionaire. Fuck that shit. My ultimate dream is marrying at a young age, maybe in 4 years when I'm 25 or 26, having a son and a daughter that I can pay rent and I can still do stuff, you know. I can buy my wife some things that she likes. I can buy my son or daughter things they like. That's my ultimate dream, and that's what I'm doing right now. Besides of that, life gives me no pressure. You know, I can live slow motionally. I can do everything I want to do. Only that thing, that marrying thing, that's the only thing that drives me crazy, to work faster, to receive, you know, to have a financial stability. You know, I told my dad some bad shit, you know, like you're ignorant and everything. And I told him that for a reason. Because when he told me, you're doing nothing, you're just watching movies and series, my dad doesn't even know how I dance. The reason for that is because I never showed him, I never told him, hey, can you come to this battle or anything? You know, so partly it's my fault, but it's okay, you know. I'm not crying like, oh no, my dad did not see me dance. No, like, I don't want him to see me dance. But how can you judge your own son for what he is doing if you don't even see him? You know, he works from morning till night. He comes, you know, he talks a bit about, hey, how was your day and everything. I'm not saying he's a bad dad or that he's working too much or anything. It's just that I don't tell him stuff, so how would he know what I do in my life? And I told him in an email, I might not have received a record deal. I might not have won a jackpot or anything, but I'm happy with my life. I achieved stuff that I didn't think I would achieve. And I know parents are like that, and parents want the best. Parents are scared. Parents are scared that they're not gonna have some babies of yours. They're scared that you cannot pay the rent, or you cannot, you know, you cannot do all the things, you know. But I understand how frustrated they are, but fucking give your child or daughter a chance to meet themselves in life, you know. And that's super important to me, knowing myself. You know, I might not be a rapper, you know, which just sounds ridiculous that I wanted to be that in 2 years, you know. That's so stupid. But I know I'm not. I know I don't have financial stability. I have no money. I have no house. I cannot pay rent. I cannot pay my own food. I get that, you know. I get that, and that's maybe because I'm comfortable at home, you know, which is okay. Today, I vlogged everything, and there was this moment today that I thought, I am not going to vlog anymore. I was so mad. I was like, I'm not gonna vlog. But what's the purpose if I'm showing you guys my life and I would not show you this right here? I changed because this is the purpose of everything. I want you guys to see what I mean. I want you guys to not to follow my advice, because who am I? Maybe I'm gonna end up somewhere, a bum asking for money with 2 dogs besides me. Maybe that's me. I don't know, but at least I want to figure it out myself. I want to figure out myself what my future has, what God has. You know, I just want to explore life. That's what I want to do. And when I hear people saying, I hate my life, I hate my job, even though they receive a lot of money, that shows you that having a good school or good job or anything doesn't have to do anything with happiness in life. Happiness is doing the stuff that you like to do or what you love to do. I think that's it for today. I hope you guys appreciate this, because it was really hard for me to tell you guys this, because it's personal, and yeah. I want to thank you guys for listening, and I mean, if you made it till here with this vlog, I appreciate it. That means that you actually like to listen to me, or anyhow. yeah, I think it's time to go home and just do the things that you love. Seriously, do the things that you love. Do the things that your heart, when you know where your heart belongs. That's so important. That's so important. That's happiness. Happiness is not money. Then of course, yes, if you want to have a family and kids and everything, then yes, you need money. But I don't know. I believe that if you're kind, you're a good person, you work hard for the things that you love to do, money will come. Money will come. You know, I was telling this to Joey, and the thing that he told me was, parents want to see results. Parents always want to see results. And this is the example he gave me. If I am here, this is me on the bottom, you know, started from the bottom, now we're here, you know, I'm here. Here is where I want to be, whether it's rapping, whether it's vlogging, whatever it is, being an actor. I'm walking up the stairs, you know, I can see my own progress. Hey, you know, let me just give you an example. Hey, my name is Fatih, I'm going up. I created some vlogs. This is my vlogs. I started with fucking 12 subscribers. Today I have 64 subscribers. Normally nobody would comment on my videos. Now at least 3 people would comment on my videos. This is what I see. Parents don't see this space. This space, they don't see it. They see you right here when they say, oh, you're doing nothing in life, you know, get a job, go to school. Did they see you there? Or they want to see this. They want to see you like, hey, I'm a Hollywood actor. Hey, this is a movie, me and Will Smith. They cannot see your progress in between that shit. It's not, they don't see it, because even though I tell my mom, hey, listen up, mom, I got like the 40 subscribers, the 50 subscribers. Sometimes she makes a joke, but then she's telling me, oh, so how much money did you make?